You have 360 video, which is rather easy to make and cheap. Just put up your camera, which is a spherical camera. It records in 360. The big advantage is it's really realistic and people can relate to it. It's like we see our own life, our own environment. On the other hand, there is animatic 360 or animatic VR. You have to make that in a game engine, like for example Unity or Unreal. So the cost is much more. So it's much more difficult and complex to make, but the big advantage is that you have way more possibilities. You can change your arena, you can move around, which is not always possible in 360 video. Traditional film writing is in scenes. You go from one scene to another, you have dialogue, descriptions of the arena and so on. Very similar to immersive storytelling, but with spatial writing, there's some extra layers. For example, you describe your arena fully, the full sphere, because the viewer has the ability to look around in the full sphere. That is not with normal writing. Normal writing, you define what the viewer will see, what the viewer will hear, even hear. I mean, when I turn around, and especially with immersive sound, 360 sound, I will hear different things when I look around, and I will hear another thing when I look straight forward. So spatial writing is a little bit different. You have to keep in mind the whole arena. In immersive editing, it's important to look closely how you go from one scene to the other scene. If you do it with a normal cut, like in editing, it's possible, but it almost feels like you're teleported from one scene to the other. So sometimes we use natural editing and natural flow from one scene to the other. For example, you go through a door, which feels very natural because as a person you go through a door. Some kind of wipes, so it's clear that you go from one scene to another. 360 videos or even VR or XR is always interactive. As a viewer, as a consumer, as a VR consumer, I have the opportunity to look around, to explore, so it's always interactive. But you can of course also add interaction with options. For example, you can choose door A or door B. That's an interactive part. So that's what we call storytelling branches. You pick your own path. So it's a different way of storytelling. Other ways are if other actors, other VR players are talking to you and are asking you something.
As I've got a quick questionnaire to help you find out.
The 180 degrees rule in VR is about having attention points. If you have way too much attention points, your viewer gets lost and gets disorientated. So we speak about a 1-point attention scene or a 2-point, maximum 3-point. In that way, you try to have a scene which the action plays in a 180 degrees arena.